Thank you for listening to our YouTube video on starting writing and editing a research paper. This is just a basic overview of some resources you can use, some best practices you can employ, and some suggestions from the Writing Center here at Kenyon College. This presentation is going to cover some useful starting points, some composing and editing suggestions, and resources to help you get the most out of your writing process. The first steps you should take in writing a research paper are to visit your discipline-specific librarian, craft an annotated bibliography, even if your professor hasn't required it, and then to develop an outline of your paper so you have an organized presentation going forward, again, even if your professor hasn't required it. We have a couple tips for your meetings with Kenyon librarians. You can go to the Kenyon Library webpage, go to the Teaching and Research section, and look for the research assistants. You can make an appointment early to start on the right track. You should bring any resources you've already found so that you can discuss them with the librarian and determine if they're appropriate for your assignment. And you should have your prompt and rubric ready to share with them. I recommend printing it out, but you can always also make sure that you can access it on Moodle. Just have it ready to go. Once you've met with a Kenyon librarian, you can start an annotated bib. The first thing you should do when compiling an annotated bib is make sure to copy the permalinks right away so that you don't lose your sources. We have sort of an image of how to do that on the left. You should then make sure to note in your annotation how this source will help with your specific research project. And lastly, you should include keywords that offer you the opportunity to look for trends when you're getting ready to move to the outlining stage. So let's talk about that stage. Here are a couple tips for creating an outline. We do have several outline handouts on the homepage of our Kenyon Writing Center website. You should start with a working thesis. Ideally, what do you think your research is going to prove, or what's your research question or statement? You should craft topic sentences based on the themes you found emerging in your annotations, especially if you're using those keywords. And you should include pieces of evidence, at least the in-text citation info for these pieces of evidence, in your outline so that you have less to write later. We have one example of how to do so on the right. Once you've created your outline, you can move into the composition and editing suggestions. To compose, we first recommend that you don't edit as you write. You should just try to get down your ideas. Editing as you write involves two different parts of the brain and can really interrupt your flow and process. Instead, just focus on writing ideas down and worry about editing later. The next thing you should do is think about the prompt as you write. You should every so often check in and make sure you're answering all aspects of the prompt that your professor has asked you to address. You can also ask your professor to see a sample of student work other students might have submitted to the course if you get stuck. Even a paragraph or two can be really helpful in jogging sort of your mind or getting you to see how this genre is written. And then you should always visit the Writing Center. We can help you at any stage of the composition process, from brainstorming to polishing. So here are a couple editing strategies. First, read your paper out loud. You'll notice many of our tutors do this work. It's because you often hear different things than you see on the page. You should run spell check several times. Don't forget to run it that last time before you submit your paper. You should ask someone else, like a tutor, hint, hint, to read it. This can give you another person's perspective and help clarify areas that might not be clear to your readers. And then we all tend to edit from our introduction through the end of our paper. We're going to recommend that you flip that script at least once and try editing from your conclusion back to your introduction. You'll notice different things and you'll see different places your flow or organization aren't as strong. We have a couple resources here at Kenyon that'll help you get the most out of your writing process. We've already mentioned some of them, but some might be new to you. First, our amazing librarians at Chalmers Library. You can ask for help via chat, email, appointment, and more. Second, our Writing Center here at Kenyon. You can make appointments at owl.kenyon.edu, and we can meet with you online or in person on the second floor of Chalmers Library. Your professor. They have office hours for a reason, so you should use them. Our YouTube channel, likely where you found this video, has several other writing tutorials on everything from grammatical structures to paragraph formatting. Our Kenyon website also has a lot of resources to help with writing on our homepage, including a lot of accessible PDF handouts. There's also two books that we recommend. The first is The College Student's Guide to Writing a Great Research Paper, pardon me. It's available at Chalmers Library as an ebook. And the second is also available at Chalmers Library as an ebook, and it's titled Student Research and Report Writing. Thanks for listening. Our tutors do enjoy working on research papers with writers, so stop by Chalmers Flora Library 2 and see one today. If you want to register for an account to meet with our tutors, you can go to owl.kenyon.edu. This is also where you'll have online appointments. If you'd like a copy of the slides used in this presentation, please email me, Professor Scanlon at Kenyon1, Scanlon at kenyon1.edu. Thanks so much.